Okay, Matt, your job on this crew is pretty simple. All you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking pieces of wood and you're going to nail them together. Any questions? Yeah, I do actually have one teensy little question. When you say nail two boards together, how do you do that? You take two pieces of wood and you drive a nail through both of them so that they do not come apart ever again. If you've got as much carpentry experience as you said you do on your resume, you should be able to figure that out without too much trouble. So I think you got this. Go get him, Tiger. Well, what? What? Oh, well, of course. Stupid me. Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna do so good at this job. Wait till the boss sees this. Whoa, what, Matt, what do you think you're doing? You can't be shooting guns on the job site. Well, I was nailing the boards together like you asked me. Ugh. Get out of here, you're fired. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Show Me Firearms. In today's video, guys, we're going to be putting a myth from the silver screen to the test. The movie in question is Support Your Local Sheriff, starring James Garner. There's a scene in the film where Jason McCullough, that's the character that James Garner plays, there's a scene where Jason is trying to teach his deputy Jake how to shoot better. So what they use for a target is a board nailed up against a tree. Jason goes over to it, he taps in 3 nails about halfway or so. He takes a few steps back, pulls out his revolver, bang, shoots the nail, it drives it straight into the board as cleanly as if you'd done it with a hammer. So that's what we're going to be testing today, guys. Can you actually drive a nail into a piece of wood with a bullet? Or would it just snap the nail head off, or will it just destroy the board? I don't know. We're going to find out in today's video, so let's get into it.
When you shot that friend of Joe's in the back, you fired 2 shots. I figure they went in, about that far apart, huh? Pretty sloppy shoot, Jake.
Well, I was in a hurry to save your life. I wasn't trying to group my shots.
If you'd have been standing 5 feet further away, you'd have missed him entirely. I'd say that was a pretty pitiful showing, Jake. You see that the bottom nail on the right?
Yeah? That's weird.
What's weird?
Anybody can shoot like that.
Oh, it's just a matter of practice.
Then how come nobody ever heard of you? I mean, a man that can shoot like you do and draw as fast as you can. How come you ain't got a reputation?
What would I want with a reputation? That's a good way to get yourself killed. Now, you just go on practicing while I put Joe back in jail.
Okay, so I've already got our board secured up against our backstop here. Now, it's hard to see exactly what kind of nails they were using in the clip there, but what we're going to be using today is just some ordinary sinkers. These are 1 3/8 inch long, so they're pretty small. That's going to give the bullet the best chance possible to drive it straight through. So let's just go ahead and nail 3 or 4 of these up here. About halfway or so, just get them started. That's pretty good. Now, one other problem with this test is that I don't have access to the type of gun that they would have used in the movie. So that was, an old single action revolver, probably chambered in .45 Colt, maybe .44-40, and it would have been black powder loads, of course. Well, today we're going to be using a modern 9mm with smokeless powder. But actually, I think using the more modern gun will actually give this myth a better chance, because 9mm is going to have more energy than an old .45 Colt black powder load would. So I think it'll give it a better chance of driving that nail in. We're going to find out though. All right, so we've got 4 nails driven about halfway into that board. Now, what do you guys think is going to happen? Is it gonna go down like it did in the movie and the nail actually just gets sunk straight into the board and it's just as good as if you've done it with a hammer? Or will the nail head just break off and that's the end of it? Or will the nail head break off and the board just shatters or splinters? I'm kind of thinking that it's gonna break the nail head and the board's gonna splinter and just be totally unusable. Now, those nails, they're pretty small targets, so I'm gonna be fairly close. And even then, it's still gonna take me a few tries to get a good, solid hit. So, we'll give it a shot, see how it goes. All right, so we've got our board with 4 nails sunk about halfway in, set up about 10 feet away. I'm hoping I can get a good solid hit, but I'm willing to bet that, yeah, my front sight post more than covers up one of those tiny little nail heads. This is gonna be a tough shot. I can already tell you, I'm not gonna be anywhere near as good as James Garner was in the movie, but we'll give it a try, see what happens. All right, 9mm, going at the top nail, see if we can drive it in as well as we could with a hammer. All right, I'm gonna take my time aiming here too, so let's see what we can do. I missed. Yeah, let's try again. Going for the top nail. All right, here we go. Looks like I'm going a little bit low, so I'll aim a little bit higher. Actually, I think I hit the second one from the top instead of the top one. Let's go check it out. All right, let's check this out. So, like I said, I was aiming for this one right here. My first 2 shots went low, and then my third one even lower, even though I was trying to aim higher. So I'm just a terrible shot, but it doesn't really matter because the third one hit this nail that was right here, even though I was trying to hit that one, but still hit that one, so whatever. And I wish I had a high-speed camera so that we could actually know what happened, but it drove the nail straight through because there's definitely a bullet right here because you can see that gray mark from the lead and there's no nail. So man, I just don't know though if the nail actually went through the wood. Looking around for it on the ground here, I don't see it. Probably not going to find that. Yeah, so I don't know if the nail broke and flew off somewhere else or if the bullet actually drove it through. Tell you what, there was nothing behind the board right here. As you can see, it's just an empty space there. These 2 nails on the bottom here, they're up against this log. We'll see if maybe having something behind it helps. We'll try for this one right here. See if we can drive it into the board, into the log. Let's give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna take a couple steps closer. It's not like we're shooting steel or anything. I mean, you know, we're not gonna have a ricochet of a bullet coming right back at me, just hitting a nail. So I feel safe doing it a little bit closer. All right, we're gonna go for the bottom nail, see if we can drive it into that log. Let's give it a shot here. All right, take my time aiming. See if we can make it happen. About an inch low. Go a little higher. I told you it's hard to hit. I'm just nowhere near as good as James Garner. So you know what? Screw it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I don't profess to be a great marksman or anything. Yeah, never mind those. The nail is right there, so we're just gonna look at that, and that does not exist. Ignore that. Anyway. Oh, well, There's no nail. So what do? Trying to see in there. Let's... Okay, now our board's out of the way. What do we got? I have no clue. I mean, the nail just up and disappeared. Hey, wait, what's this up here? Oh, that is our nail from earlier, guys. I did not... Ha! Now that I moved the board, that's our first nail that was shot. And that is not one of the ones that was holding the board up against these, because I had 4 nails. Yeah, 2 up top, 2 down low. The tips of those nails are still intact. So that is totally the first nail that we shot. It's loose. I'm trying to pull it out of there. Come on. That's our first nail. That bullet drove it through our little piece of pine right there into that log. Bent the heck out of it too. That is crazy. Well, I'm actually surprised, guys. It looks like the movie was actually somewhat accurate. You might actually be able to drive a nail into a piece of wood with a bullet and have it not have the nail just shatter and just go into oblivion. Interesting result, guys. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I seriously did not think that would work so well. Okay, that is going to do it for me today, guys. Appreciate you stopping by, checking out the video. Surprising result. I did not think that a bullet would actually drive a nail in as cleanly as it did. Granted, that nail was still pretty mangled. It was pretty bent, but I thought that it would like totally snap in half and we wouldn't be able to find it. So it's pretty surprising that there was as much of that nail embedded in that log as there was. So this movie myth, I want to say it's not a myth. I want to say it's actually pretty doable, believe it or not. Who would have thought? Because usually the movies are lying to us, but this might be one tiny little exception. Now the next question is, will shooting nails into pieces of wood with bullets, that might replace the hammer? Probably not, but it'd be way more fun to drive nails in with bullets than it would be with hammers. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I appreciate you being here, and until next time, show me them firearms. What a way to send off a monster mower, am I right? So much freedom!